Wilmington Fire Department Firefighter Pre-Employment Strength and Agility Test. The tasks to be performed in the physical strength and agility test are designed to evaluate the candidate's natural or acquired talent, ability, and capacity for satisfactorily performing the functions of a firefighter. This test does not discriminate against individual on the basis of sex, age, race, religion, or national origin. It is specifically planned to evaluate the candidate's ability to perform the following tasks, which have been identified on the basis of both importance and frequency to be critical to the job of a firefighter. Section 1, Event 1, Ladder Climb. For this event, the candidate will be required to wear a standard firefighter's helmet. The candidate is required to climb to the 30-foot level indicated by a mark on an extension ladder which is placed at an angle supported by the drill tower and tied off. After reaching the prescribed height, the candidate will climb back down the ladder. Failure of the candidate to successfully complete this event will constitute failure of the test, and the candidate will be dismissed. This event tests that a candidate does not suffer from a fear of heights and is able to work from a ladder at a considerable height. Event 2, Hose Coupling. 3 sections of 2.5-inch hose will be coupled together with one end connected to the coupling on the fire hydrant and with a nozzle attached at the other end. This hose will be stretched out in a straight line. On the command ready start, the candidate will jog 25 feet to the nozzle and begin at the nozzle. Disconnect the nozzle and at each section of hose one at a time, folding each coupling back on the hose until all are disconnected, including the connection to the hydrant. Candidate must then, in reverse order, make all connections back to the nozzle, folding the nozzle back on the hose upon completion and jogging back to the start point. A demonstration will be made by the examiner. After each coupling is reconnected, the examiner will examine the connections. This event tests that the candidate has the ability to manipulate objects using his or her hands and arms as required in hose coupling, and the use of other firefighting and rescue equipment. Event 3, Room Search. The candidate will be outfitted with a self-contained breathing apparatus, turnout coat, and helmet. The mask will be blacked out as to limit the visibility of the candidate. This will simulate reduced visibility that firefighters encounter when entering a smoke-filled room. The candidate will enter the building, assume a crouched position, and proceed along the wall to his or her left. The candidate will continue around the entire room, returning to the starting location. The candidate will stay in contact with the wall the entire time during this exercise. This event tests a combination of the ability to work under stressful conditions and claustrophobia. The ability to rescue unconscious people from burning or smoke-filled buildings using a self-contained breathing apparatus is essential for satisfactory performance as a firefighter. Section 2. This is a timed assessment that consists of 5 job-related tasks laid out in a continuous format. These 5 tasks and the equipment needed are described in the following sections. Each task is separated by a minimum of 50 feet designed to create a cool-down period between each task. There will be no running or jogging during any portion of this assessment. Running and or jogging will constitute an automatic failure of the assessment. All safe lifting techniques and procedures will be observed at all times during techniques. Tasks 1 through 5 should be completed consecutively at a deliberate pace. If at any time the candidate should stop to rest or stop moving, he or she will be failed. Failure of the test will also occur if any of these tasks are not completed. Each candidate will wear a firefighting coat, helmet, gloves, and breathing apparatus. No mask will be worn. Task 1, Victim Drag. This task is designed to assess the candidate's ability to rescue a victim. The candidate shall move a 150-pound mannequin from the starting point to a cone located 25 feet away and then back to the starting point. When the mannequin is first touched by the candidate, the time will start. The candidate will place the mannequin on the ground and proceed to the next task. Task number 2, the ladder raise. This task is designed to assess the single candidate's ability to lift, raise, and properly set for climbing and lowering a 24-foot extension ladder. The candidate will be assisted by 2 firefighters during this task to ensure safety. The ladder will lie flat on the ground, fly section up with the heel facing the wall. The candidate will then lift the ladder to a vertical position and extend the ladder to a predetermined mark on the ladder. The dogs will lock and the candidate will then set the ladder at the 70-degree angle suitable for climbing. The reverse steps will be used to place the ladder back on the ground and proceed to the next task. Task number 3, high-rise pack, stair climb, and hose hoist. This task is designed to assess the candidate's ability to lift and carry a 100-foot high-rise pack up 3 flights of stairs, hoist an uncharged section of 2.5 hose line with a nozzle, and then return to the starting point. From the starting point, the candidate will pick up the high-rise pack and walk to the entrance of the drill tower, proceeding up the stairs to the 3rd floor. After arriving on the 3rd floor, the candidate will place the high-rise pack on the floor and proceed to the adjacent landing to raise the uncharged hose line with the attached rope. The candidate will then, in a hand-over-hand fashion, raise the hose up to the 3rd floor. At the signal of the evaluator, the candidate will lower the rope in a hand-over-hand fashion to the ground. The candidate will then pick up the high-rise pack and proceed back to the starting point. At no time will the candidate skip or jump steps. All stairs must be touched on the way up and on the way down. Task 4, hose drag. This task is designed to assess the candidate's ability to advance a charged 1 3/4 inch hose line. From the starting point, the candidate will advance the charged hose line 100 feet. The candidate will then operate the nozzle, hit a target located 25 feet away. The candidate will then close the nozzle and place the nozzle on the ground and proceed to the next task. Task number 5, equipment carry. This task is designed to assess the candidate's ability to pick up and carry 2 power saws and advance them 100 feet. From the starting point, the candidate will pick a power saw up in each hand and walk to a predetermined point located 50 feet away. The candidate will then return to the starting point and place the saws back on the ground. The assessment will be considered over and time will stop when the candidate places the saws on the ground.